want to call it. It's Game 4 of the World Series, and the Dodgers had Shohei. They had a 2-1 series lead, and they're looking to stretch that top first. Base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s digging in and waving at that one. And then Ohtani, after the scoreless first, got to do the whole re-accessorize thing, gets all the pads on. And of course, he's the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. Gets the bat, leading off, 3-2 pitch.
No.
Yeah, he walks again. That's 11 straight plate appearances, extending the World Series record. Dodgers don't score in the first. To the third inning we go. Dodgers up 1-0. Vlad got him this time. The shot to left and gone. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., his 7th postseason home run, 7th career, but they've all come this postseason. Blue Jays take the 2-1 lead. Bottom 3. Ohtani leading off, and Shane Bieber gets him. So he's finally retired. The on-base streak ends after 11 plate appearances. Ohtani settles in the 4th. Breaks one off on Alejandro Kirk. Dalton Varsho now. A couple off-speed pitches for strike 3, and then Ernie Clement waves at that one. So he strikes out the side in the 4th. Still 2-1 game. Into the 7th we go. Ohtani still out there. Clement gaps one. Varsho gonna pull up at 3rd and stop right there. And that ends Ohtani's night after 93 pitches. Anthony Banda is summoned. Dodgers bullpen so good the night before, not so much on this one. Andres Jimenez, the 8-hitter, just serves it into left. That scores a run. The Blue Jays add an insurance run. It's 3-1. Ohtani's final line, 6 innings, 4 earned, 6 Ks. It's 4-1 Jays. Later in the inning, Blake Trinan on and Bo Bichette over Kike's head. First RBI of this World Series for Bichette, and the Blue Jays up 5-1. Very next pitch, Addison Barger continues to swing a hot bat. That gets into the outfield. The Blue Jays put up a 4 spot in the 7th to take the 6-1 lead. What an answer by this Toronto club. Bottom 9. Dodgers down 6-2. Alex Call, last hope with Ohtani in the on-deck circle. Well struck, but that's just an out. The Blue Jays bounce back with the 6-2 win. This game took 3 hours and 45 minutes, less than Game 3. Series tied at 2.
Wild Game 3 loss last night. Tell me what you guys did to sort of come into Game 4 and put that behind you.
I mean, we tried the rest, we played like 2 games in 1, but like I always say, it's like we believe in us, we believe in God, and when you believe in God, you believe in us, something good like today happened.
You got Ohtani for a 2-run homer, 3rd inning. Walk us through that.
I mean, he's one of the best, man. He's an amazing player, amazing human being, man. And but when we out there, we just trying to compete, And when you're competing for your team and for every city, for Toronto City, something like that can happen. I was trying to compete against everybody, and thank God I can hit that ball out of the ballpark.
In turning the page, how important was Shane Bieber's performance?
I mean, he's amazing. He's the best, man. He's every 5th day he come and he always tells us like, believe in me, I believe in you, And when people told that, it's like you gotta go out there and compete and give everything you have.
David, the odds were stacked against Toronto for a couple reasons. They were coming off that 18-inning loss facing Shohei Ohtani in L.A., but they pulled off the upset as a plus 155 underdog. It's the biggest upset in a World Series game since 2019 when the Nationals beat the Astros in Houston in Game 6. Here's Jays skipper John Schneider on that team's upset win.
I get that it's easy to write Ohtani versus Guerrero. To us, it's Toronto versus Los Angeles, But that swing was huge, you know what I mean? That a sweeper is a pitch designed to generate pop-ups, in my opinion, and the swing that Vlad put on it was elite. And after last night and kind of all the recognition that went into Shohei individually, and he's on the mound today, it's a huge swing from Vlad. It's a huge swing to get us going. And I think that gives you some momentum. And, Shohei settled in, struck out quite a few in a row after that. But, our at-bats there kind of just, it was a Blue Jay inning, You know what I mean? Varsh, Ernie, and then you kind of went to work. But the swing from Vlad was game changer.
Here with our very own Doug Glanville. Look, both of these teams tip the cap to just the physical fortitude to get back after a 6.5-hour tilt to be on the field, but the mental fortitude displayed by Toronto in order to win after that heartbreaking loss in Game 3. How do you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, it's World Series time, and these are champions. The Blue Jays had the best record in the American League, so there's no fluke to their game, and we're seeing exactly how they do it, right? They can chain hits together. They can run the bases. They can put pressure on. And it doesn't matter if it's Shohei Ohtani. Now, Ohtani he has 7 pitches, so you don't know what's coming, and he's accurate with a lot of them. But they did capitalize on him getting a little bit tired and, a couple extra batters, and all of a sudden the velocity wasn't quite there. The sweeper wasn't quite there. And a team as good as Toronto, they don't miss those mistakes when you start slipping up a little bit in the zone. And that's where they capitalize and what makes them so good.
The Blue Jays pitching has really, if you go back to last night, basically it's been 19 innings and they've given up 3 runs. What have you noticed about the way the Toronto pitchers are going after the Dodgers right now?
Well, if you look at Shane Bieber's performance tonight, this is a veteran. This guy's been around the block, injury coming back. Bieber was showing that he can get the fastball located, and a lot of that was up in the zone. So he's trying to get them to chase and elevate, maybe get the pop-up. But then he goes with that slider or that changeup down. And when you look at the map of his pitches, it's like up and down. There's not a lot in the middle. And that's an ideal scenario for a pitcher. You're staying out of the heart of the zone. You're able to locate. And in his case, do it in a way that if they did make contact, it was weak contact. So that is something to build off of. That's a starter that gives them depth into the game. And then their bullpen sort of was able to do the rest. So a lot of credit to the adjustments they made between Games 3 and Games 4.
Needed a lot of depth from that starter, given the way both bullpens were taxed in that Game 3. But looking ahead to Game 5, Blake Snell expected to be the starter, coming off of a 5-inning, 5-earned run and performance in Game 1. How does he alter his fate come Game 5? And
the thing about games, Blake Snell is his ability to adjust quickly with the stuff that he has. Now, he's a pitcher that relies on chase. You're going to chase the ball to the zone. His stuff is so good. You see guys swinging at curveballs that bounce in the ground. Now, when he's on, he's more efficient. So he's in the zone. He locates the fastball, upper 90s, and then he's got the breaking ball and the changeup to go down and away to right-handed batter. And in the Milwaukee Brewers series, he was lights out. He wasn't quite as sharp. And when you have a team that's disciplined and the Jays like to foul balls off, all of a sudden the inefficiency starts to come through. So for him to be at his best, he's going to have to be able to get that strike one, control the fastball, and then use those secondary, those slower pitches to keep them off balance. And when he has that, he's got 3 different shapes on his changeup. Now he's really tough to hit.
And his opposite number, Trey Savage, of course, called up in mid-September.
Yeah.
He gets the ball, Dodger Stadium, in a sort of a swing Game 5 for this one. So Doug giving us his thoughts after the Blue Jays come right back and even the series up.
We haven't found our rhythm. We haven't. It sort of draws dead at certain parts of the lineup and different parts, different innings, different games. Guys are competing, certainly in the postseason. You're seeing everyone's best. But yeah, my hope is we regroup tomorrow, gather the information that we had from Yasevich, and keep him in the hitting zone and understand what that split does, which is certainly helpful. And when we get the fastball, really get on it.